We are bikepacking near Oaxaca, Mexico. On the previous episodes, extreme heat conditions forced us to make the decision to reroute off the San Jose del Pacifico Grand Tour route and head to Mitla. In this video, we attempt to complete our final 2 bikepacking days, but experience a challenge we never would have anticipated. Oh, this is not good. Causing another, unfortunately, dramatic finale for us. Good morning, everyone. It is our second to last day of our bikepacking adventure here in Oaxaca, and we are going to have a fairly short day today, and we're definitely getting a later start than we had hoped for. We ran into a bit of a challenge this morning. You want to tell the people what's going on?
Ever since I got a cavity filled a few years ago, I've had kind of a toothache. I've had a dentist take a look at it multiple times, and they say it's fine, but it hurts frequently. And I don't know if it's the Invisalign treatment, but like something's putting pressure on it, and when that happens, it like radiates from the tooth all the way into my jaw, and I think it like puts pressure on the trigeminal nerve, and it just like radiates all into the side of my head, into my ear, jaw, head, everywhere. It's just really painful.
Alex is feeling a bit better now, but luckily today is just going to be a fairly short day anyways. We're heading just 10 miles to Hierve del Agua, and there's supposed to be a nice camp spot up there. It is going to be, though, quite a bit of gain. Always feels good to be moving after a rest day. It's a beautiful day, too. I'm already really sad that it's my second to last day bikepacking here. I'm gonna miss going through all the little villages. Definitely the highlight to me, but we do have some future bikepacking adventures this year, so stay tuned and subscribe if you're not subscribed. For those new here, we do a lot of adventure-based travel, but we've kind of learned in recent years our sweet spot is the journey style travel, one in which we can fuse our love of travel and outdoor-based adventure. That's really like the sweet spot for us. Biking in sand is not my strong suit. What are you gonna do, dog? Right there. What are you gonna do? Hola, burro. ¿Cómo estás? He's like, you're crazy. Why would I talk to you? We just came across this archaeological site in the town of Haga, and it looks like it's closed. So I don't know if there's certain opening hours or something, but you gotta love a bikepacking trip where you can see archaeological sites along the way. All right, well, let's get moving. We haven't started hitting the really intense hills yet, I don't think. So we got about 2,000 feet to gain and not too many miles.
It's gonna be slow going.
Alex is having some severe pain. We're partway up the hill. Just don't know if we should go so remote if he's having this much pain.
I might need a root canal. I don't know. But it's like we're gonna be down in the city, and like I'm just gonna be lying around in pain, but I guess at least I won't be pushing myself physically.
Probably cheaper to get a root canal in Mexico.
Oh man, maybe we should do that. I just don't know if I can do this. Let's just go back to the shade. It's so bad.
I don't think we should keep going into the middle of nowhere then. There's no point if you're gonna be in this much pain.
Oh man, I don't know what to do. It's like 8, 9 out of 10. This is like so painful.
Maybe we should go to a local dentist.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Alex is having like horrific, like level 9 to 10 pain radiating from a tooth. And it's like, he can't even function. It's like 9 to 10 on a scale. Do you know what could be happening?
You need to look in his mouth and use a flashlight, and you need to look on either side of the gums for what's gonna look like a zit, where the root of the tooth would be.
You wanna update the people?
Hang on. Maybe you should. I don't know if I can talk right now.
All right, so we talked to my cousin who's a dental hygienist, and she's wondering if maybe the Invisalign trays are moving Alex's teeth in a way that is putting pressure on some pain. Anyway, on the nerve. Sorry, I'm getting a text message from Korea right now. So he's gonna try to take out his Invisalign trays for a little bit and see if that helps. And I don't, either way though, he's in so much pain, like level 9, 10 pain, that I think there's no point in continuing, like he's in too much pain. So unfortunately, don't know if we're actually gonna go to Agua. Yerbe. Alex is correcting me despite being in pain.
Priorities.
So I don't know. This kind of sucks. We've had just a number of issues this trip. It's unfortunate when you have a short trip like this because you want to like take advantage and maximize the time as opposed to some of our other adventures that have been a little bit longer. And of course, you know, problems can happen on any level of trip. So, but it's okay. We've been able to do and see a lot. If we need to go back to Oaxaca, we will. She wonders if he should just see a dentist in Oaxaca. I might consider doing that. Right now, he's in too much pain to move. Okay guys, so update. Alex is still struggling, clearly behind me, but we got to a pharmacy. We got some meds that hopefully will help with the issue that we think he has. Hopefully, if he rests up today and takes the meds, hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to at least have a fun last day on this bikepacking adventure. You just never know what's gonna happen, you know, on trips like this. I think we're gonna rest up here in the hotel and we'll catch up with you guys in the morning. So, to fill you in, we last saw you last night when Alex was in horrific pain when we got to the hotel. That pain continued all night, and we went to dentist this morning, and we were hoping to get him at least numb. And it turns out that they think that he actually needs a root canal based on his x-rays. So he got some x-rays done, and he thinks that's pushing on the nerve, which is causing this kind of excruciating pain. So anyways, we at least think it's something not as severe as we were originally thinking, which is good. However, there's no way to get to Oaxaca, which is where he can get a root canal done, that is not via bike. And he has some numbing agent in his mouth right now. It's just a matter of time before it wears out. So we're kind of just gonna try to bust it out as quickly as possible. Won't be exactly the way I was hoping to end the trip, but that's okay. The important thing is that Alex can get a root canal, hopefully, which is a little nerve-wracking getting in Mexico, but based on all our research, it sounds like it's pretty safe. So we're hoping it's okay because I don't think he can fly if it's anything like the pain he experienced last night. So anyways, we're gonna haul booty and get going. It's too bad there's not another way to get to Oaxaca because if you're active, the numbing agent wears off quicker. So unfortunately, I don't know how much longer that numbing agent's gonna last. Hello, turkeys. Oh boy. We come being peaceful turkeys. Please. Buenas tardes. No! About 10 miles in, and luckily Alex's face is still numb. Hopefully it makes it the last 20 miles. Okay, so we're about 13.5 miles in, and Alex is starting to feel pain. The numbness has seemed to completely worn off, right?
Yeah.
So he's on some pain meds that the dentist gave him, but all this is not good. Tardes.
There's some kind of protest or something going on, and so the road here is blockaded by a bunch of trucks. It's not so great for people driving, but for us on bikes, it's fantastic.
Yay, a bike lane! other days. I think Oaxaca takes the cake in terms of cool murals.
This is it.
All right, guys, it is the next day and our bike trip has come to an end. It definitely didn't end the way that we anticipated, but it was actually kind of good that we didn't end up going in deep into the mountains any further, because if I had had that major issue that I did the other night, I don't know what we would have done.
So he's scheduled for a root canal today, so we'll probably do that, but he's on lots of drugs right now, so that's how he's not in horrific pain.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It is a couple days later since we last updated you, and Alex is doing much better. He's on antibiotics, which has really taken down the swelling and the pain. And so he has decided not to get the root canal here. He was going to, but it's like a multi-step process. When we talked to an endodontist, I guess is the name. So anyways, we're going to just go out and have a full day exploring around the Oaxaca area, trying to hit up some sites we weren't able to hit. And so we've opted for a much more efficient transportation system today. How excited are you?
Pretty freaking excited.
Let's do this.
Wow, it's been some time.
This is not helping my confidence that Alex keeps saying it's been some time. He has his motorcycle license, by the way, guys. We're not completely irresponsible. So many of the streets are covered with so many nice decorations. We made it.
That was fun.
After exploring the museum to learn a little bit more about the history of the site, we were finally ready to check it out.
We've made it to our first stop of the day, which is called Monte Alban, which is an ancient archaeological site of the Zapotec civilization. It looks like it lasted from around 400 BC to about 880, where for some reason they don't really know fully, people started to abandon this area. They think it may have had something to do with like over-exploitation of the environment, and then people left and went into the valley.
Seems to be a theme in our society.
Yeah.
Only we could learn from history.
We also learned in this area that this was the only known area where they did this practice of skull deformation on children. It was done to cure diseases or infections. Really interesting. We got up to the top of the structure and we saw this amazing view. As you can see behind me, it just goes on. I mean, this reminds me of like how big Machu Picchu is almost, or Tikal. This is like, you don't really hear about these ruins, but it's amazing. It's incredible.
Okay, so I definitely came here with fairly low expectations. I thought it was going to be a lot like the other ruins we've seen, but this is majorly impressive. Like, definitely a must-see if you're in Oaxaca. And it's like literally like 5.5 mile ride from here to there. So like if you're coming via bike, you should go. If you want to run a motorbike or take a taxi even, definitely worth it. These stairs are not for the faint of hearted. All right, guys, we just learned on the sign that this temple represents a bunch of the conquered peoples. So there's heads here carved into the stone. And each of that is a conquered people. And it's meant to kind of signal not to mess with them because they're powerful, showing that they've conquered a lot of people. So they have all these little figurines of carvings of males, and the interpretation that people have of it is that they used to take surrounding leaders to this area, and they would castrate the males, and then the spilt blood were used as like ceremonies for like fertility. So you see just a bunch of males with what looks like blood spilling from this area. That's pretty brutal. You can actually go inside a little bit and see some more carvings. So, wow, that would be a rough time to live. All right, so we just finished with Monte Alban, and now we're gonna go ahead to another archaeological site. We might go get some food first, though. Do you want food first?
Yeah. Ready to live. Ready for a wild ride?
Oh boy. Oh. All right, we just finished lunch. It was really nice, and now we're gonna go ahead to some more ruins.
All right, so after a pretty short but steep motorbike ride, we made it to our second archaeological site of the day, Atzompa. And I don't know anything about this, so hopefully there's lots of signs to explain it. So we learned from a sign here that Atzompa was founded by people who came over here from Monte Alban 1200 years previously. It was part of a larger metropolis of lots of different sites in this area.
There's not a single person here, by the way. Such a contrast from Monte Alban, although Monte Alban is definitely more impressive.
Alban.
Alban. Alex always corrects me.
A-L-B-A-N.
You guys get the picture.
Alban.
You guys get the picture. Anyways, there's no one here. Honestly wild that there is not a swarm of tourists here. We've got up to kind of the top of the area, I think. Much more complex and beautiful up here, but there's no one here. It's crazy. All right, guys, we just finished up here. It was really nice having the place to ourselves, which is just wild, seeing all these ancient ruins. I feel like it helps you to kind of picture the time back then. That, I think, is it for our ruins exploration. We are gonna go head back into town, start packing up our bikes, and then we'll take you guys to one more site tonight. I'm outside the Templo de Santo Domingo, and this is where we're going to end the series because this is one of the iconic sites here in Oaxaca that we're going to go in and explore in just a moment. But I know the series was kind of a disaster in some ways. While it definitely wasn't the original vision of a trip, I think, that we had in our mind.
Drone getting confiscated, heat exhaustion in 100-degree weather, severe toothache. I don't know. There was a lot of problems.
So many problems. He's going to go get a root canal as soon as we get back to the U.S.
But regardless of all of that, it still has not tainted this trip for us because we absolutely loved Oaxaca. The people here are super friendly. The food is incredible. It's an amazing place to bike tour. And I think if you're into bikepacking, you should definitely make a visit here.
Yeah, it's just so cool being able to go to the different villages and stuff on the route. And there's so many dirt trails just everywhere.
That was definitely my favorite part, seeing all the little villages and speaking with people. Spanish goes a long way here, though. That's for sure. Alex is near fluent in Spanish, and I have I can get by. I speak like a toddler, but I can get by. Anyways, we're gonna go check out this church before they close in 15 minutes. This is gorgeous. I think this might be the most, or one of the most gorgeous cathedrals I've ever seen outside of Europe. It's crazy. Look at all the gold over there. Over there. Over there.
Up there.
Everything is gold-plated.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps support our channel. And we also have a Patreon if you want to support us some more, where we provide early and ad-free access to our videos. And there's also some other benefits in the higher tiers. So we'll put a link down below for you to check that out. And we'll see you on our next video. Bye.
We got it back.
We were so stressed. gosh. We do not want to accidentally bring this thing home.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh,
It was in my clothes! You get him?
yeah.